92.1 WVTK presents our local spotlight feature. Here's your host, Amanda Lee.
And welcome again to the Local Spotlight. I'm Amanda Lee, and once again joining me in the studio today is Ms. Liza Lloyd. How are you?
I am doing just fine. Busy place we have over at the Center for the Arts right now, so I'm kind of scrambled, but other than that, everything's good.
It's funny, I was looking through some of the things you guys have to offer coming up in the next couple of days, couple weeks, couple months, and you have a huge schedule.
We do.
A lot of stuff.
You
notice. Yeah, I think it's great. And there's a whole variety in there as well for anybody who's into the arts, into dance, into theater, into, sing-alongs. It's all there.
We're into the time of year where we have about 10 or so events per week.
Wow.
So, if you have a calendar that has any empty spots in it, we can fill it.
Pretty effectively, you can. And one in particular that I noticed, this guy seems to be putting on a few performances and putting together some different classes and things. A guy by the name of Kyle Abraham.
Yeah.
What is that?
Kyle Abraham is a Bessie Award-winning dancer and choreographer out of New York City, a contemporary dance choreographer. And he is bringing his company, Abraham in Motion, to Middlebury College this week for a series of residency activities that include a masterclass for intermediate dance technique, Middlebury College students in intermediate dance technique, as well as a lecture demonstration tomorrow at lunchtime. Kyle will be giving that lecdem along with company members from the production company, all in lead up to his big performances this weekend. It's interestingly enough the performance is entitled The Radio Show.
Stop.
How's that for irony?
That's kind of funny.
It's bizarre.
Now, is it like a real radio show only through dance?
Okay.
What's that?
It's a little bit hard to explain, but bear with me. So Kyle Abraham has put together a kind of abstract dance narrative around the idea of losing communication.
We don't like that.
No, that would be bad.
That would be bad.
But this is all based on his personal experience. When he was a youngster, his community radio station was abruptly closed.
Don't say those words.
I know.
That's not nice.
It won't happen here.
No, it's not.
But the community's reaction to all of a sudden losing their media outlet came back to haunt him when later in his life he dealt with the lingering effects of Alzheimer's disease and aphasia on his own family. So both places where you've got kind of communication being cut off or something being put in the way so that the main lines of communication are suddenly slammed shut. And this became the fodder for exploration through movement and dance. So he mixes a score with recordings of classic soul and hip hop with contemporary classical compositions to create this performance called The Radio Show. And we're going to have two public performances this Friday and Saturday night at 8 o'clock both nights over at the Mahaney Center for the Arts Dance Theater. And it's sponsored by our Performing Arts Series and our dance program. This is going to be very, very cool stuff.
It sounds really cool because you have those instances that, maybe you deal with a family member who has Alzheimer's, or if you've ever gotten like laryngitis or you've broken a bone, I've had that. I'm in radio. It's not good. But
that is a problem.
It is, or there's something hindering you. That's hard to get around that barrier, especially when it comes to communication lines. Right. You ever lose your cell phone? Same thing.
Please let the day never come when I lose my cell phone. And dance is a really interesting vehicle to explore conceptual themes with, because it can be so abstract and because you can find a way for both very experienced movers and people who've never seen contemporary dance before to kind of get into it. So this movement will be challenging and athletic and dynamic, beautiful and scary, all those things. And you can still check it out. And
if you've never seen a dance performance live on stage, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It really, I've seen some on stage, and I had studied some dance when I was in high school and a little bit in college. And to see that performance in front of you can really evoke some emotions. It's really incredible.
Can.
And coming up later this weekend, it's St. Patrick's Day weekend.
That's right.
Yes. And then we have that big concert coming up, the big sing-along, if you will.
It is going to be some sing-along for sure. The annual St. Patrick's Day concert thrown by our friend and neighbor, Alexander Twilight Artist in Residence, Francois Clemens.
That's a big title.
It's good. Yeah, that's right. It's this Friday night at 8 o'clock over at our concert hall at the Mahaney Center for the Arts. And Francois will lead a parade of artists across our stage. So you should wear something green and come prepared to sing along.
If you wear pink, you're going to stick out like a sore thumb.
You probably would. Like you and I both. Oh my gosh. Both of us wearing pink. Well, we need to find our green clothes by the weekend.
I think we can handle that.
That's right. So we've got an annual lively concert filled with Irish tunes that you'll find familiar. So among the guest artists that are sure to lift your spirits are Tim Cummings on the Scottish pipes, Jeremiah McLean on the accordion, Margie Beekoff on the Celtic harp, Jordan Terrell Wasaki on the fiddle, Lucas Gallo on the guitar, and we'll even have some Irish dance from student Kelsey Henry. So you can check all of this out, and it's free and open to the public this Friday night, 8 o'clock in the Mahaney Center for the Arts Concert Hall.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. A lot of variety going on there with everything from accordion music to,
it should be very
dancing.
Uplifting. And Francois always puts on a great assembly of wonderful musicians and artists.
Just listening to that laundry list of folks you guys have coming, that's really neat.
I agree. It's going to be a fun night.
Now, I was going through this list and kind of going through going, ooh, what is this? This looks like fun. There's something called Thin Ice. Something about, I got the gist of it. It takes place in the Midwest.
That's right.
In the winter.
Wisconsin.
We can relate.
That's right. The Hirschfield International Film Series brings foreign and independent works to Middlebury College's campus every Saturday for free screenings. And this week's installment is called Thin Ice. It was formerly titled The Convincer. So if you've ever seen any advertisements or have seen any of our listings for a film called The Convincer, it's the same thing. And the producer is Andrew Peterson, who's a Middlebury alum from the class of 1987. So there's our little connection.
Yay, we like alumni.
The film stars Billy Crudup, Greg Kinnear, and Alan Arkin. So it's an all-star cast. And it's about an insurance agent who tries to, well, let's see. How do I describe this? He gets caught up he gets blackmailed by when he tries to con a retired farmer out of an antique violin in order to solve all of his financial problems. He's kind of trying to jumpstart his business and reunite with his estranged wife and escape from the Wisconsin weather that's getting him down. Wow. And somehow he concocts this crazy scheme to get his hands on this rare violin. It's going to solve all his problems. And obviously things unfold from there. So if you want to find out what kind of unpredictable series of events get sparked, you can check this out. This Saturday, the 17th at 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock in Dana Auditorium. It's free and open to the public. And producer Andrew Peterson will present the film and also do a question and answer with the audience after each screening. So you can find out a little bit more about it.
Oh, neat. I love it. It's almost like the live in person, is a pop-up video with a little bubble.
Right.
So
Mystery Science Theater 3000. I don't know if he'll exactly be quite like that, but I think that he'll definitely answer any question you might have. Producing films is a really interesting field. It's not just about, the nuts and bolts of how an actor performs on screen. It's about all of the behind the scenes stuff when it comes to raising the money or how it's going to get promoted or how it's going to get messaged and what the trailer is going to look like. And it just goes on and on. So Andrew Peterson will be able to take us through our paces.
Neat. Well, if anybody out there is going, I got to see this, I got to see X, Y, and Z, I got to go to this performance, where do we find more? Where's the website?
You can find out more by visiting us online at www.middlebury.edu/arts, or you can give us a call at 443-3168. We'll be happy to provide you with all the information we have.
The lovely Liza Lloyd, thank you so much for joining me in the studio.
Thank you very much.
Now, if you want some more information about everything and anything going on at the Mahaney Center for the Arts, so that we missed a few things in there. They have some other performances going on at their concert hall. The Middlebury College Orchestra is going to perform. And you know what? All that is just within the next week or so. They got a lot going on. Something for everybody. We're going to have a full listing right on our website. A click through right to there so you can see everything that's going on for the next week, month, even a couple months at 921wvtk.com. Just click on the local spotlight.
Would you like to be part of Amanda Lee's Local Spotlight? Get the scoop and learn how right now at 921wvtk.com.